Good morning, everybody. It's New, and today is day one of Ruthless with Gold. This is a special event lasting not 1 week, but 4 weeks in total. There are a multitude of events that can be chosen, but we have some very long leagues taking place recently, so it's nice that GGG blessed us with something to do. If you're still wanting to play some Path of Exile, and I'm always wanting to play some Path of Exile, so this couldn't have come along at a much better time for me. And if you hadn't got the memo, Ruthless is something I was very interested in doing in 3.20, but my community at large felt like it would probably be better off just focusing more on the regular game. So I didn't mind, but I definitely felt like I missed out on something maybe by not doing some Ruthless. So this is going to be a great way for me to kind of get that fix in, as well as gold being implemented. It's quite intriguing to me. Now, from where I stand, as somebody who absolutely love Diablo 2. This really seems like it's probably the most reminiscent that we're going to get, this kind of game mode, because Ruthlessness is intended to be kind of hard mode where you get way less loot, where every single piece of loot that drops matters, and the game is essentially a fair bit harder by virtue of you just having less power creep, a lot less power creep, being quite a bit more like Diablo 2, an authentic Diablo 2 experience, but of course, Path of Exile doesn't have gold. It has its own currency, and that's cool and all. But now they're introducing gold in here. And just to me, this seems like I don't think we're ever going to get anything like this. Anything comes as close to this as playing Path of Exile and Diablo 2 at the same time, essentially. So that is something that I feel, and I know that's not the way everybody feels. But you know, you might be somebody out there who is thinking about doing the events, not really sure on the fence. Maybe you're playing some other game, wanting to kind of check in and see how things are going with Ruthless. And that's actually a pretty good idea because this is a 4-week-long event. It's not a sprint. It's definitely an endurance race. So my day is just beginning today. Ruthless has been out for 3 hours, but I'm about to kick things off, and I decided, why not go ahead and make a nice video around this, kind of set it up in a way that it's going to showcase my plan or my almost like a guide for what I'm doing, but then really at the back end of the video we're going to tailor it into a sort of reaction or in how it went, maybe with some highlights in between. It'll kind of be a sort of conglomeration of my usual type of video. I'll try not to make it too long, but in case you were completely unaware, I've decided to run a poison concoction Pathfinder, a very standard League start build, not necessarily for Ruthless, definitely not meta, I don't think, for Ruthless, because it is quite dependent on support gems, and those can be pretty hard to get your hands on, but I think it's going to go pretty well for me, and I have already made a path of building for this, and I've already tested it with a level 74 Pathfinder right here, and it went over actually quite well, I felt, so long as I was able to get the support gems. So, there will be timestamps linked in the down below, and it's going to contain a path of building or my plan. It's going to contain some highlights, sort of my reaction to things and my overall conclusion. Of course, you can skip around the video as you please, but if you're interested in poison concoction especially, and this is actually going to be pretty applicable to my league start leveling plans next league as well, actually. But the POB is linked down below. What I show you here today is not going to feature any items because I don't have any items yet. So what's the plan with items? Well, it's basically get whatever the hell drops. And, I don't know yet if I can purchase things. I'll let you know later on what kind of items that I purchased. But the priority is essentially rarity on gear at the very top, followed by resistances to cap, and then life, and then any sort of damage after that. Now, rarity will go down in the priority list as we get closer to maps and start doing maps, and of course it'll become a necessity that I cap my resistances and get enough HP. But at least as far as like the campaign goes, rarity is absolutely the top thing, because getting rare items is rare, and you want to have as much rarity as you can. It makes quite an impact, evidently, and I definitely prioritized rarity on my test run, and it certainly went well for me. So no items are here to showcase, but there will be items in the POB linked in the description We get some skill gems, which I'll talk about in a moment, and then of course, the leveling tree I think will be the most important thing. It's actually more important than ever that you don't brick your atlas or you don't brick your leveling tree, because you're not going to get orbs of regret, and the game's going to be a lot harder because your gear is not going to be able to carry whatever mistakes or mishaps you make in your leveling tree. So I definitely gave this quite a bit of thought. I have it all down here, spaced out, very nice and pretty. We're going to go through it here. This is going to be a pretty typical poison concoction start, going all the way down here to get some movement speed. Any movement speed points on the tree can be really valuable. Spell suppression will come in handy later, but I think this is one of the most valuable wheels to get first for all that life on hit, mana on hit. Yeah, mana actually matters in the very beginning of League, and start to unlock some poison, so that's kind of the first 20 points. After that, we're going to unlock... We're going to be missing a lot of life, so getting the 50 life very quickly with 3 points here, as well as some percent life, is going to be really valuable. Getting some more poison from there is going to be good. From there, I'm not exactly sure which points I'm going to take next, but it's going to be these 3 wheels, essentially. I do think this is a little different for me. I think Druidic Rite is still pretty good because, well, A, you get the utility flask charges gained every 3 seconds, as well as some increased flask duration. The increased mana is not really going to be a big deal until you start using vitality support or vitality reservation, things like that. But yeah, still going for the life. Gonna need to keep the life flasks up to date, and Quicksilver Flask only lasts 2 seconds, so having a little extra time or duration there and having some more uptime is going to be kind of a big deal, as well as, as more flasks come into play. Here's another wheel that I think is going to be really important this time, is getting some phasing. You're not going to get phasing from gear for a very long time. You're not going to get movement speed hardly at all. So any place where you can get movement speed really at all is going to be a big deal. So I think getting all this extra movement speed here is definitely going to be worth getting really early on. Now, of course, we usually go for Onslaught quickly for the movement speed, but Onslaught doesn't actually give movement speed in Ruthless mode. It only gives the attack speed, so it's still worth taking, I think, but definitely a lot weaker than it used to be. You know what's going to be really strong, though, is any nodes that give all elemental resist. And accuracy, for that matter, will be beneficial around this time. So I think it's a really good idea to go up there and grab those. After that, fill in some life slots like Heart of the Oak. It's going to give some nice regen. At this point, I'll be using Blood Rage, so that'll offset that nicely. Thick Skin, getting the percent life. And then coming back down here and getting the poison. And we're going to start running a Plague Bearer. I will have already started running Plague Bearer. Plague Bearer is going to be a huge portion of the damage for this build, especially on Ruthless. From there, go up and finish out. I'll just take these points as I need them for accuracy. I may not even need the mastery here. Not sure. Frenzy, it's only 2 points, and if you're running Blood Rage, I think this is definitely good to get like quite a bit more damage in play. And then, of course, more all resistance right here, easy to grab. Which cannot be stunned recently. The monsters in Ruthless were going to hit a lot harder than usual, and so I noticed myself in the test run. This is some information that I got through the test run, and I think it's gonna be valuable for you. You get stunned, and you get chain stunned, and you die from it. So this is going to be really beneficial mastery, I think, early on in the league before I kind of figure out my gear, I think. And then, of course, going up to Fatal Toxin to super strong poison wheel here, with poison duration being the third best. Yeah, I didn't talk about this, but of course this is the best mastery for poison concoction right here, and then duration will be the third best. Let's see. So I forgot to mention way up here that the Norm Lab has gone in. Definitely going to start with Nature's Reprisal. The AoE is really beneficial, as well as the percent damage. Then right here, back where I was, we're going to go Master Toxicist. I think will be strong, and then moving on. There is a respec, so from the Cruel Lab to here is a kind of a big respec, which should have enough points. Really just removing the points out of here and removing the points out of the Claw Mastery and this Mastery here. You should have enough points to do that. I think it's going to be a good idea. Going to lose a lot of life and mana on hit. Going to get some of it back here. Going to get unlock Leech for the first time. Assuming that I run Vitality, I'm not really sure if I'm going to use this, or maybe I might use regen 2 seconds while moving. I'm not really sure if I'm going to get my hands on a Vitality gem, or if it's going to be really worth using. Regen and recovery is going to be a big deal, though. Definitely. And let's see. Oh, yeah, up here, replenishing remedies. Really strong wheel here for life flasks, especially. So it should, at this point, I should have like a nice, maybe like a nice divine flask that's well rolled, and just relying on one life flask this will really help with this, I think. Increased flask charges gain does actually synergize with, you know, things like Nature's Boon and other masteries as well. Speaking of Nature's Boon, Merklab is there. We're going to go Nature's Boon. Now, normally a Poison Concoction character runs Nature's Adrenaline and then these other three. But in my opinion, especially for bossing or, you know, with harder content, Nature's Boon is going to be for longer lasting fights. Nature's Boon is going to override Nature's Adrenaline because you're not going to have a flask effect up 100% of the time, presumably, in Ruthless. So definitely it looks like Nature's Boon is going to edge out here, in my opinion. And at this point, I will probably start having the currency to purchase some auras. I'll have some reservation efficiency issues. Maybe not. You know, take this as it comes. But we got a nice Chaos Mastery. We're going to get some serious Chaos Resistance. Going to be a big deal, and some damage there, as well as this, these are kind of typical nodes. Going to help with intelligence and strength requirements, some life stuff right there. Works out for me. Let's see after that. Basically, we're beginning to really enter maps, definitely getting into white maps at this point, and this right here is going from basically very little spell suppression to straight up capped spell suppression. It's kind of hard to believe, but the spell suppression is essentially capped. I can't remember where I found it on here before, but anyway, I already remember. I memorized it. It's at 90%. It's going to say 90% spell suppression just from the tree. But it's actually 100% if you have an evasion boots, gloves, and a helmet with evasion on them. This is 100% spell suppression, 100% of it from the tree, which is pretty insane. And that's not even having to get Mage Bane or waste a lot of points to go over here. Still not taking any jewel slots. Oh, that's one of the reasons why I think Ranger or going Poison Concoction is going to be so strong, is because we're going to be one of the few classes that can pull off 100% spell suppression just from the tree. Good luck getting it on gear and having well-rolled pieces that way. All right, so that's going to be super nice. And after that, there's another sort of respec out of the all resistance nodes. This would only happen, you know, once my gear starts getting pretty good and get plenty of resistances on my gear. This is kind of a projection here, long term. This is absolutely not in the cards for day one, but these nodes are pretty popular here for shields and stuff. Nice damage node here, getting endurance charges on block, and getting just a whole bunch of extra block and stuff is really nice for defensive. And once you start getting this stuff set up here, I think doing bosses will be pretty good. So this would fit for a level 89 character. It will take a while to get to 89. Deaths start becoming pretty painful. Even once you start hitting white maps, you know, you start to see the deaths affecting your experience gain quite a bit, but this is essentially my plan. I know for a fact that the plan will look really good up to about this point, which is like level 79, because that's around the level that I reached with my character. And so that is my plan going in. All right, so if you have any questions about that, you can ask in the comment section below. As far as the skills, well, there's a 6-link here, but you're obviously not going to have a 6-link for anytime soon. But the 4-link should be obtainable pretty quickly, I think, in the Trade League variant. Again, this is not solo self-found, this is Trade League, so I should be able to get my hand on some support gems. But support gems will be the most important and probably one of the most costly things that I make purchases on. I absolutely will be purchasing support gems on day one. This is a very risky league start to do if you couldn't depend at all on support gems. Not going to work out very well. You can start with lesser volley and lesser multiple projectile support maybe, but anyway, it's going to look like these four. These are basically in order of importance, essentially, from top to bottom there as you get them. So that is good there. And then we're going to have, I think this will be a really nice 4-link combination. I haven't seen this before, but cast when damage taken with temp change should be really strong, as well as tied in with increased area of effect, which will also affect Plague Bearer. Should be really nice. A Plague Bearer won't have any connection with cast and damage taken. It's too high level anyway. That'll be a nice 4-link. potentially, hopefully. Wither is going to be its own, complete own 3 or 4 link, you know, in this order. You know, Wither with Spell Totem, and then maybe multiple totems if you can get it, and maybe faster casting if you can get that too. Will be good, because we don't have any other source of Wither. Not until like Divergent, Poison Concoction, or whatever. You know, good luck finding that anytime soon. Blood Rage is going to be in play, Herald of Agony, and then Purity of Elements is going to be really important. So I noticed in the test run that I suffer way more from Freeze, Chill, Shock, and Ignite than usual. So I think it's going to be super important to just get it out of the way. You know, we can't get element immunity from gear. No way that's going to happen early on. It's going to have to be Purity of Elements. It's going to be way more important than Grace or Determination or anything like that. Is getting that, as well as, you know, it'll give some much needed all resistance, no doubt. Immortal Call with increased duration if I can get it. Immortal Call, I don't know. I mean, you could do Steel Skin maybe before getting any endurance charges, but absolutely once the endurance charges come into play, I think Immortal Call is going to be good. Grace, I didn't mention this, but on this last weapons or last respec, the mastery shifted over to Grace Reservation Mana Efficiency. And this causes my mana to be down to about 58 if I rock with Grace and Purity of Elements and Herald of Agony, those 3 together. Otherwise, Val Haste, if I can get my hands on it, this will be a luxury, not regular haste, just Val Haste. And then War Banner, you know, up until the point where I start using Grace, which is not going to be early, but once I start using Grace, I'll have to sub out War Banner, or, you know, get some reservation efficiency somewhere, like the Sovereignty Anointment, or an Enlightened support, I guess, or maybe a piece of gear that has reservation efficiency. I don't know, but that is the sort of gem plan. This will look different in the POB if you pull it down, but this is the plan here, I think. Probably not going to be quite this complete on day 1. But anyway, that is the day 1 plan. What do I got to do next? Well, next, I'm going to start playing. So it says Ruthless with gold running now, 3 weeks left, basically 4 weeks left. We're gonna go Ranger. I don't know, I'll just name it new gold, I guess. Ruthless character is a significantly different game experience with extreme item scarcity. Are you sure you want to create a Ruthless character? Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's do it. So again, this is not a race. Oh, I didn't even have to get up from the ground. Wow. Well, I got to cheat, guys. Okay. The funny thing is it starts off exactly the same. Exactly the same. Still get the burning arrow. So you're going to still get your first gems, first weapon. Still going to go over here, and Hillock's not going to be any harder than he normally is, but the game will get progressively harder as we go. I'll, you know, look forward to the highlights. I'll highlight some interesting moments that take place, hopefully, especially the first big drops of their category. Maybe some really challenging bosses that, you know, effed me up real good because of a lack of gear. We'll see. Hopefully nothing too terrible. Did I? Oh, yeah, I don't get a support gem. No support gem. That's right. Pierce doesn't do anything for this build anyway, or for this fight. So you can see Hillock still dies exactly the same way he dies normally. Okay, it looks like I'm getting good RNG. This is good RNG, getting that Ignite all the way through. Oh, no, I might die. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, it's purple, and it's picked up automatically, and all I got was 2 items. Just 2 items out of that. So yeah, that's gonna be a first point there. And here we go. Let's just right before I unclip this, just go see what the vendors look like to see. Now normally I would go buy an iron ring now, right? I'm gonna go get here. I'm gonna get my iron ring, and there are no rings. So everything costs gold apparently. Wow, that's not very much. That's pretty cheap, it looks like. I'm surprised how cheap that is. But okay, that's interesting. So what happens when I sell this? Here, 1 gold. Okay, that's not very much. Alright. Let's see what Tarkley has here. Oh, yes. So here's a cool thing that I didn't mention. You still get a lot of gems from rewards. Poison Concoction will still be offered to me as a reward. My first gem that I'll have to purchase from the library, because we get 2 free gems, not support gems, we get 2 free gems. First one's definitely going to be Poison Concoction. And the Act 5 one, it will probably be Wither. And then I'll have to try and purchase Spell Totem support for that too. I like going with Galvanic Arrow. That's my cup of tea first. Yeah, even if the gear is rough, I still like it. I think I can probably manage to purchase, you know, serrated quiver and rustic sash and iron rings. Or no, I won't get iron rings though. But yeah, even that stuff alone is gonna be fine. So yeah, here's what it looks like. I look forward to those highlights that are coming up. All right, almost got it. Almost got it. No life flasks. Well, there we go. So I think I'm going to kind of give a little highlight after each act, see where I'm at. Died a few times in the boss. Probably should have used 3 life flasks because couldn't heal. Friendly reminder that if you die on a boss, any unique monster in the zone, it comes back with basically like 25% of its life returned. Or I don't know exactly what's worth, 25, 33%, something like that. That's all the loot I got. Basically nothing. And currently rocking poison concoction 1 link. And shrapnel ballista that I'm no longer using. Got 1 rare piece that is actually not terrible. Actually kind of good for Act 1. Pretty lucky to even have 1 rare piece. Got an amulet to drop, which is really strange. Whether it's normal or not. You rarely ever see amulets or belts at all in Act 1, I think. And, you know, just magic pieces, just white boots or whatever. I noticed the vendors were not refreshing what they offer each level. I think that might be a bug right now, which made this kind of awful because I was planning to, you know, maybe use, I think you could probably pretty reliably purchase 10% movement speed boots in Act 1, 2, or maybe 3 at the latest. Perhaps I will not be able to do that this time. Got some good gloves. These are exactly, like, this is exactly the kind of item you would hope to find in Act 1. A life and resist roll. Well, there it is. Moving on to Act 2. But, you know, I was going to buy some boots with movement speed. I was going to buy, you know, I would have probably bought a bow early on, maybe. With a magic bow, you know, that had some damage. But, I mean, now I don't need the bow. Where's the vendor for gambling, anyway? Oh, shit. We got a gem. Nice shot. First gem. First gem coming in the segue between Act 1 and Act 2. Not a support gem. More red beasts when I saw him. But now the master missions are way more rare and no more guarantees. Not even here. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Dude, this is like seeing an apothecary in Crimson Temple. Not even kidding. It's like the same level of rarity. I basically just found an apothecary. I just need 1 more of those to get a support gem that will like triple my DPS. Alright. Got 1 orb of alchemy. I'm so lucky to get that. Oh my god. Wow. Orbs of regret don't cost anything. You get them for free from the campaign. What? Oh my god. Gold amulet. I win the game. I just won the game. And now I need that orb of transmutation back. Man, implicit's kind of badly rolled. Oh well. That's super lucky. You could go all 5 acts without seeing a gold amulet. It's huge. Absolutely huge. Dude, yeah, it's so good. It's easily the most important stat in the whole game. Easily. Can he do it? 5 minutes later. Oh my god. He did it. Oh man. Another rare 2-handed weapon. They're just constantly dropping these things. Alright, Act 2 done. A little easier than it was in the campaign. I'm hoping that's the hardest boss I had to do. So, Act 2 recap, I got really lucky. I found a gold amulet and a gold ring. An alchemy orb. And that's... Oh, yeah, and this... No, I think I got this rare chest from the Act 1. Not actually wearing any new pieces of gear. Aside from the ring and the amulet. Normal. Normal ring and amulet. I found a few rare pieces, but nothing I can use. Alright. Act 3 now. I just need like one more alchemy orb to get my first support gem. It looks like the economy in Ruthless is based on alchemy orbs, not chaos orbs. As the primary currency. Isn't that interesting? I guess it makes sense, you know, it's not like you're using chaos orbs for bench crafts, and while you can chaos spam things, I mean, you kind of need alchemy orbs like crazy to buy maps, to alch maps. If, you know, if you can reach that point to alch your gear. Essences are almost non-existent, so, you know, you're not spamming essences to make gear rare, you're using alchemy orbs. Oh, yeah. Well, my friends, it is early Act 3, and I am making my first trade purchase. With 2 alchemy orbs for a volley support, which will practically triple my DPS. One of those alch orbs was dropped, and the other was traded through a despair gem that I got as a quest reward. Pretty impressive. Boom. Triple my DPS. Just like that. Alright, here it is. Act 3 finishing up. Oh. Oh my god! A unique shield? What? What? Yo, I got a unique. I think this is actually not terrible. Oh my god, it's 31% increased rarity of items found! Magic and good lightning res too. Dude, this is actually like... This is low-key best in... Look at this terrible rarity roll, that's funny. It's low-key like best in slot shield for campaign. Oh my god. That's so crazy, dude. That's crazy. That rarity roll, or that lightning roll is good. Actually, the rolls are kind of bad, but who cares? I'm losing my movement speed, that's sad, but oh well. I'm about to find a whole bunch more uniques now. Alright, Act 3 is done. We got some more rares. Rares coming in, thanks to the rarity, I guess. You know, the rich keep getting richer. That's how it's looking. Looking in good shape. Still only on a 2 link with volley support. That's gonna start feeling pretty weak here in the next act or 2. So hopefully I can get... I was here. It's like, it's like a mirror drop or something. I also got this ring that I subbed out my lightning res ring, but I mean this thing just rolled such crazy life roll. Felt like using it for now. Let's see how much playtime there is real quick. 4 hours. Yeah, not very impressive, but I'm just kind of taking it easy. Going in at my own pace. Anyway, on to Act 4. Wherever the door is. I thought there was a door.
What do you want?
Oh, here it is. This door was hiding. One gamble pair. Wow, it came out rare. 25% movement speed, what? Okay, that was worth doing. Okay. My first gamble. I have a funny feeling like that was incredibly lucky, but I don't really know. I'm being frugal with my money, but definitely made a good choice there. The boots, I was like, you know, maybe some off chance I somehow get movement speed on them. They couldn't be worse than my current. I mean, my current were just useless, basically. I think boots and belt are kind of the last useless items that I have. Well, somebody said, like, in the end game, you basically spend gold on the oh, number 2! Second Alcorb. Dang, dude. I'm so lucky. So lucky. Just gambled those boots. Now second Alcorb in Act 4. Seriously. Seriously, Ruthless Alchemy Orb. Crazy. I'm one step away from that second support gem. Alright. Act 4 done. And no rare or no unique. Oh, got some nice boots now. Gambled. Belt needs work. Threw away some currency needlessly at this amulet. Still running same chest, a lot of the other same items. Still only on a 2-link. I was hoping that'd be on a 3-link by now. But I do have 1 Alch Orb in the bank, and I got Blood Rage, Plague Bearer, and my 2-link, and that is it. No Wither Totem, no cast when damage taken, temp chains, nothing yet. It's a bleak world out there. But we move on. Going at a decent pace, I guess. Let's see. Man, still took me over an hour to do that. Yikes.
Take care.
Will I MF gold? I'm already MFing. I'm MFing right now. I have 54% rarity in Act 4. I'd say that qualifies as MFing, wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh, now somebody... What is this? Really?
I will go where you
Oh.
are needed.
Oh, oh, oh. Sadima's? Ah, Quant's not that special. Rarity is actually way more important. Alright, making another purchase here. Lesser multiple projectile support right after killing the boss in Act 4. That is going to almost double my damage from this point. Oh, oops. I forgot I need... No way that's gonna work. I'm gonna have to purchase 3-link something, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Innocence was actually really hard when I did it. Oh, my first support gem. Wow. Charge trap support. Is that any good? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, good. Wow. Cool. All right. I think that's really late for a support gem. All the way into the middle of Act 5. I think at this point I found like 4 or 5 support gems earlier doing a test run, but oh well. We got one. And it's not garbage, I guess. It's good. Wow. A unique randomly got another shield? My god, dude. 44 life per enemy hit. Plus, advancing fortress. 15% block? Socketic gems. Oh, it's a claw. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a shield. I always look at this thing and think it's a shield. How good is this? Probably not very good, huh? Yeah, I see that. I was like, oh, it's block. It must be a shield. I think, honestly, I think any kind of leveling unique is probably has some value, but it's unfortunate it's not an armor. I'll have to go see what I can sell it for. Let's see right now. No, probably none on the trade. Look at how exciting loot is, guys. This is what we wanted, right? This kind of game. Loot to be excited about. Oh, it's actually, yeah, that's a... Wait, what? How did I even drop this? Item level 46. What? A second unit, dude. I'm telling you what, 54% rarity. I just got 2 unique items in the span of 1 minute. I am going crazy here. Going crazy. Got this claw and Itava's Thirst. Well, I can't really use this. Because I don't use spend mana, but somebody can. I'm sure. Well, it was not pretty, but... Oh man, I thought I died there. I think we about got it. There it is. Alright, Act 5 done. Pretty good, you know, I still got these decent gloves, bad belt. Getting no luck at all with jewelry except for the implicits. Got new boots that I actually need to go equip right now. I'll show those right quick. Woo! Found these, very nice. Very nice. And got the 3-link. That's about it. Moving on to bigger, better things. Oh man, I feel that 10% attack speed buff. Woo! Orb of regret. My first transmutation orb and regret orb dropped at the same time. Act 6. I never saw an orb of regret before. All the way through white maps. Dang, dude. Magic finding paying off. No, it's not affected by that. I'm selling that orb of regret though. ASAP. That thing is worth a freaking fortune in the early game, I guess. I wonder how many alchemy orbs I can get for it. Gotta be at least like 3. Maybe not right now, but... Ooh. I didn't expect quest. I think it's just always to the left. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Unique 2-stone ring. Barracks ring. Barracks grip. take a look at this. Gotta get away from this guy. What do we have here? Barracks grip. Wow, that's really not the right ring for me, but that is better than my worst ring. By a lot, actually. I would think I will try to sell this, though. Barracks grip. Oh. Whoa. That's a body armor. God dang. That is a really nice one. It's a pretty high life roll for this level. Decent resist, intelligence, and I can't wear it because I don't have the intelligence. I could wear it if I could put it on. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's awkward. Now I guess I'll go for the gloves on the 4-link instead, because that would give me a really good body armor and really good helmet. So I just have to go for gloves.
Stay sharp out there.
Oh yeah? Watch this. Oh wait, I can't do it. The 3-link's still there. Ah. Dang. I'm gonna have to figure it out with the gloves. And not these gloves. Option to download one choice. There's only one filter that you can even download there. It's this soft strict. Oh, that works, really?
Born of ocean's mire, and death washed
Was
clean
that
of
6
dark
mods?
desire.
Yeah, it is. Brine King down. Aspect of the Brine King. Just kidding, there's no pantheons. No pantheons.
Here our ways divide. Keep your wits about you.
Thank the god. Bye. Remember to turn your. Farewell.
Alright, so that's Brine King. Almost forgot to let you guys know. He's dead. And I've got a brand new chest. It's really nice. A glove 4-link set Unbound ailments now in play. I'm hoping to get these to greater multiple projectiles, greater volley at some point. Also got a new helmet that's really good. Jewelry's still kind of Boots are good. Belt definitely needs a lot of work. And the shield, I don't know when I'll get rid of that. Yep, flasks are here to stay for a while. Damage is looking pretty good. Definitely not bad. This was the setup I ran with white maps, except I had a greater volley instead of regular volley. And it's the same links. So I know it should do quite a bit of damage. Woo! That was interesting. What? No unique. Oh. Act 7 clear. A cool new ring. More rarity. All the way up to 64% rarity. I don't know what to do with these gloves. I should probably just transmute them, I guess. Need new belt. Bad. Everything else is pretty good. I gotta do the lab. I forgot to do the lab. Second lab. Gonna get to that now. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Oh, jackpot. Rim Sorrow, dude. Rim Sorrow. Very strong. Oh, wow. That's actually a really good chance. 70% chance to avoid stun. Dude, Rim Sorrow. And we're going for the Nature's Boon. Now every sort of bossing mechanics will be much easier. Oh yeah, that's big. Rim Sorrow, what are you worth? I should probably just wear them, huh? Oh my god. Might be massive. Massive. 0. 0 anywhere. I'm gonna look for Ruthless. Oh, okay. Hey, guys. This is evidence that conversion loot actually occurs in Ruthless. You can see this guy converted a bunch of jewelry there. I'm pretty sure. I saw this also earlier when I was testing before. I haven't seen any other conversions and like that, but at least certain very baseline conversions work. So that is a jewelry conversion. Quite confident. You wouldn't normally see a bunch of jewelry drop off of one monster. Because jewelry is extremely rare. Oh no you don't. I don't want to be setting you up in an enraged mode getting more life back. Oh, got it. Hey, act 8 down. Alright, let's see. What's the update comprise of here? I managed to make my gloves magic and not completely useless on the stat front. No other major changes, I don't think. No, just riding through. I mean, this is a pretty good gear set going all the way to the end of the campaign, I think. Still nothing on the gem. I would like to get greater volley, greater multiple projectile support on this 4-link. I think would probably be the best thing I could do for this build to prepare for maps. I'm already almost capped on resistances. And, you know, new gear, better resistances will come. The Blood Aqueducts. Ooh. Alright, selling Barracks Grip. This is most likely going to be the biggest sale of day 1. 2 alchemy orbs. Yeah. And now I'm that much closer to a support gem upgrade. After, or while it's being used, they can't after it's been used, but you can see also that I have some additional projectiles. Now 7 projectiles. That is coming from a new support gem. Greater volley with lesser volley can be done. It can be done. Alright, so that concludes Act 9, and that concludes Day 1 as well, because I'm beat. Those are some pretty good gloves, actually. 1 resist, 1 the rarity as well. I'll figure out what to do with them later, but yeah, they were streaming live, been streaming for like 11 hours or something today. Gonna be ending it here, and let me go ahead and hit play. Oh, 11 hours and 13 seconds. This character's been played. Not exactly a fast campaign run, but that's alright. I've just kind of taken my time, and it went pretty well, actually. My only major concern was going to be getting support gems for this build, because that kind of, it very much relies on support gem. But I mean, a decent 4-link, you're Gucci. You're Gucci. I mean, all you need to do is buy some flasks, get some really good flasks. Divine Life flasks will be up next. I could potentially upgrade them right now if I can find them. I'll probably just buy them off trade, to be honest, because a lot of people will be selling them, and evidently I've learned that this is not a meta build. Poison concoction for this. Apparently it's Cold Dot, SRS, Toxic Rain. Those are 3 that I've heard of. But anyway, one last cap through the gear. Here it is. Not too bad. Pretty cool chest. Jewelry slots could definitely use some work, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't upgrade this right now. Okay, I upgraded it. Actually, that's a meaningful upgrade because I was under cap on fire res. So hey, I'm all elemental res capped going into Act 10, which means I won't be elemental res capped soon after Act 10. But I will do the lab. The lab is set and ready to go. I think I will definitely go for Master Toxicist, just like it says in the POB. If you want to check the POB, you can to see the plans, and everything is set up the way I think it's should be going. Blood Siphon will be next. And I haven't even taken the aura one because, as you can see, I don't have any auras to reserve. I am self-casting Temp Chains now, which is actually a good idea. I should have done that earlier. So that was one of the that was the second gem I bought. I was gonna buy Wither, but I actually found a Wither, so I bought Plague Bearer and then Temp Chains self-cast. I think it's probably the best thing to do because you don't even have to rely on a totem for that. Eventually, I'd like to cast when damage taken Temp Chains combined with Spell Totem Wither, and that should be a pretty potent mix where it can play more passively on that. Alright, so next in the passive skill tree I think is Spell Suppression. Like I mentioned earlier, once you get around the point where you're starting white maps, just take the Spell Suppression wheel and voila, I'm going to be 100% Spell Suppress. Apparently I'm already 24% Spell Suppress just from some random notes on the tree. Alright, let's see. I don't know how long this will last. I don't know how long I'll be playing it, but definitely at least like a week or 2, maybe 3 at the most, because I will have to push out the League Start guide, get that out for you guys. As far as the gold, some people have been wondering about gold, how I feel about gold. I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm not using it much. I got 41k, so I'm starting to get, you know, a decent amount of gold, I guess. But man, like alchemy orbs are the be-all end-all. They are the real gold. They're worth as much as a mirror, probably. And can't even sell. You can't even like trade currencies into them. You can only trade like support gems and really valuable stuff. It's not like I can trade a certain number. Look at this. I have 20 chromes set to trade for this, and still nobody buys. I even tried to sell an Orb of Regret for 1 alchemy orb. Nobody buys. I could set up like 20, 30k gold, I think, and still nobody would buy. Kind of makes sense because alchemy orbs are super important early maps, and they're like basically we don't have essences in this league. We don't have orbs of binding in this league, and you know, you really, I mean, chaos orbs are worth less too because there's no bench. So alchemy orbs are evidently worth even more than chaos orbs. I couldn't even sell a chaos orb for an alchemy orb earlier. Couldn't do it. Whew, so that's where we're at. Let's see, I don't know if I'll keep doing this for like day 2, day 3, day 4, or whatever, but so this is why is your stash so empty? Yeah, there's the stash. It's empty because it's Ruthless. Feel pretty good though. I mean, again, I just needed to get the support gems. It didn't really matter with the gears. I think I'm pretty good with the rares. The rares look pretty nice and better than average, probably because I'm already magic finding. Where is it? 64% rarity on gear. So this looks good, you know. 2k life, max all res, even positive chaos res. Damage is looking nice. So yeah, POB will be linked down below. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section below. That is it for this stream and this YouTube video. I will see you guys tomorrow for another long session.